Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour Salute. And today we enjoyed Goslings. I didn't even have to look at my...
Oh, Ryan Gosling. Good for him.
Good for him. And, of course, it's upside down over here. And I want to give a shout out to a good friend of the channel, Prime Time Treasure Hunter, with his live show after ours. Check it out. Today he's got Cha-Chingathon.
Nice. And here we have,
Wow.
starting out, the mighty Michael Sanborn, mighty Michael Geneva, mighty Lori, mighty Daniel, mighty Pudding Postcards, mighty Amazon Seller. Hey, good to see you again up there. And the mighty, lovely Dawn.
Wow, she got a twofer.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, if you haven't checked it out already, there's been a little bit of a change with our Instagram. I'm sure you are all over that.
Oh, yeah, sure. But you explain it better. It sounds better when you explain it.
Exactly. So I got the new phone and I put the Instagram on it. Of course, forgot the password and took forever to log in. And I hate getting the new phones because you get these passwords. You're like, I know that's the password. Finally got all to work and it says, do you want to sync it with your Facebook? And I said, sure. So next thing I know, it's all over my Facebook.
Who wouldn't?
There you go.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Mighty Treasure Finders, Mighty Michael's back, and the mighty Dan is in the house.
So it's been
And the mighty Linda, of course, yes.
Of course.
Good evening as well, and everything seems to be chipper tonight.
A horse is a horse, of course. Why don't we get right into it with your sales, Mr. Magazine? Why don't we start somewhere else before we do your sales?
Well, let's start low and shoot high, because sales are very low.
Well, I know that you tried to do something to help your sales.
No. Well,
you tried
yes,
to do the sell similar. Why don't you explain how that worked?
So usually my eBay tech guy is Paper Guy, and I always ask him for advice, and he usually has been down these roads before. So I said, everyone's talking about sell similar. I'm trying to generate some sales right now. Things are dipping on eBay. Let's do it. He goes, all right, Monday we're going to do it. What a freaking disaster. Seriously. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, you don't think ahead about possible, catastrophes. And then we hit a catastrophe. And I wanted to go my highest items, the top 200. But we didn't factor in items that already sold. We didn't factor in items over in eBay Europe and 10 other countries over the continents of the earth here. So we didn't factor any of that in. So
Atlantis.
Yes. So we ended up with a SH something show. And I was not very happy. I was very flustered, and it was like 2:30 in the morning Monday, and I had to get orders printed, and I just didn't have the strength to deal with that and get the orders done in time, but we did the best we could. Did not end up well.
Did it add any sales?
No. Well, I don't think so, but I had a lot of people watching those items, so if that makes any sense. They were certainly watching certain things that we did end up relisting properly after hell broke loose and we tried to, sew my store back together. The highest price items that I was relying on, paying the bills with. But, it is what it is. And
now, are we doing it again next Monday?
One at a time. We'll do one. We'll do one item every week. And then the
For
week after we'll do two.
150,000 a week.
Yeah, we'll do two the next week. And, but it wasn't fun. And I'm still going through the top 200 checklist because that whole eBay foreign international stuff really screwed things up because you're talking about having 10 of the same listing. Some may have already sold and then they got relisted. I don't know if they got relisted 10 times, and we just stopped it. So, but little by little, I'm checking my sheet of the original items and then the ones that are live, and then we're finding a few inconsistencies and figuring out, but we're doing it.
There you go.
All right. So back up here, we have the mighty Jim Lloyd's in the house. The mighty everyone else that's been here. All right.
Wow.
Anyways, from Jim.
Perfect straight man and Mr. Magazine's humor. There we go. There we go.
Hopefully I'm straight too, but okay.
Other than the debacle.
Yes.
How have sales been? Not so well, or?
Well, let's go back to Saturday, the day before Mother's Day.
Okay.
You would think Mother's Day would be bad and low.
I would think that would be.
Everyone's going out eating and enjoying the weather, whatever. Well,
to use a Mr. Magazine word, I would think it would be putrid.
Saturday was putrid. Disgusting. Like, I can't remember how many years I'd have to go back to have a day of that little sales, But then Mother's Day was great. Not great, but way better. Probably did double the sales Mother's Day. But eBay's been, low, average, and Amazon's been steadily above average. So luckily, Amazon's averaging me out with eBay being under average. So if that makes any sense.
Nice.
So I can still pay my bills, and we're still short-staffed some employees, and a million things to keep listing, but we keep plugging along.
As Michael says, eBay sales have been spotty at best.
Yeah.
So one day horrible, or one day good, next day horrible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Michael! If you haven't seen it already, the New York Post, wish they sponsored us. They have a video of the Kentucky Derby, where it actually shows going into the stretch run how far out with little arrows the winning horse was. And he was, I forgot, what, like 14th place or something like that.
Wow.
And the announcers are announcing, and all of a sudden they didn't even announce the winner's name until the last 4 seconds, because he absolutely came out of nowhere.
Crazy.
It's amazing. Amazing race if you haven't seen it already. The Amazing Race.
Yeah.
My sales are not good. Part of the reason why is because I only had 38 items up at auction, which normally I have 100 to 200 items. Got kind of busy last week, had some stuff going on over the weekend, so when you don't list new things, you don't tend to get sales. Today, I have packed on eBay 2 items, which is abysmal for having 19,000 items up.
One not right with that picture.
However, and this ties into one of our segments coming up a little bit later, had I really wanted to accept insulting offers of the day, I could have had a lot of sales today. They came out of the woodwork today.
Honestly, it's like eBay's turning into a garage sale, because that's really all I get are these offers. I have these cards that are $100 to $200, $300. I'm getting $30, $50, like regular on a regular basis, and then they come back with the same prices or in the same ballpark, and then I'll check comps. I'm like, hey, maybe, because there was a card I bought this. What card did I buy? Like a year ago. It was Otani. It was Otani, and I think I paid $500-600 when it was worth $1,200. So now a guy makes me an offer of $590 or something, just under $600, and I'm asking like $800 after my sale. I go, let me just check. Most of them are selling for $550 to $600. So I mean, I gotta sell it, right?
Right. Yeah.
But I always double check that to make sure it's like, hey, should I sell this or is this insulting? And 9 out of 10 times, totally insulting offers. Like not even in the same ballpark.
Wow.
Crazy.
Everybody else out there, let us know how your sales are going. There we go. Spotty.
Yep.
There we go.
Lori.
Us too.
Yep,
So everybody seems to be spotty right now. No one taking my offers. Nice, Linda. Nice. Nice. Well, somebody's got to give us the insulting offers for the show, so we do appreciate you for that. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yes, really low offers are coming in. Yep.
I think that's why I like Amazon, though. I mean, you don't have to deal with that. You're putting the price out there that you want to sell it, whether you want to be the highest, for something, or the lowest, and it is what it is. It'll sell when someone wants to buy it, and you don't have to, nickel and dime and get insulted all the time. So we're putting more stock in Amazon little by little.
For what it's worth, though, I did sell 1 item on Etsy.
Nice.
2 items on $1 Million Peddlers. And 3 items on Paperboy.
Wow.
All to the same buyer, which I believe he probably purchased off of the mailer that I put in with the things.
Very cool.
Because all 3 items were Amazon items and all same type items.
Yeah.
Humor magazines, like a Sick magazine and Cracked magazine.
Okay.
Well, I said humor and then I said cracked, so it's hardly the same.
So you're doing better on there than I am on Mr. Magazine site.
There you go. Sales have sucked recently, but so has the economy, so I think we have to be ready for it the best we can. Yeah, that's very true. Amazon is still about $50K per month. Nice. eBay is $20K, which is down 50. Wow.
That's a big dip, yeah.
That is a big dip.
Yeah.
Speaking of big dips.
Something's going on with eBay.
And our in-store traffic is way down. Yeah, eBay is not doing so well right now. It's really not.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. Up 12% compared to second quarter 2020. Have twice as much stuff up.
Yeah.
Well, but it's twice as much stuff, yeah.
Right.
And that kind of ties into what we always talk about also, that unfortunately if you double your listings, you don't double your sales.
Right, but if you need the sales, if you need more sales, that's the only way to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
All right.
Oh.
John Jones is in the house.
Sing it. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Jeez.
He's here.
How about any buys? Anybody buying anything? How about you, Mr. Magazine?
I am down on. I'm trying to be strict with my stuff and only buy things that are great deals that we can list or something that I can flip that's trending. So I've been actually my account's been low of funds because those big deals I've had in the past. So I'm being a little tight, and little by little each day my account's creeping up a little more. So I have to have a comfortable amount in there to buy heavily and be crazy with my money. So I'm getting back there little by little.
So I ended up this last week, since you asked, I went to a church sale that usually they send postcards out to tell you about it. Well, they never sent a postcard out this year. However, and this always network and talk, in which I can talk. My day job actually had taken me to an audit across the street from where the church was.
Right.
And I had mentioned to them that, oh, I know where you guys are. I came to a sale that you guys had here. I go to the church sale across all the time. They sent me an email and said, hey, you were mentioning that you liked the church sale. They have a sign up that they're having it in like a week. And I said, oh, thank you. Because they no longer send the postcards out. So otherwise I would not have known.
Right.
So I went there. And I had Friday off of work, so I went there, and it was half price day. Magazines were $0.25 a piece, except it was half price day.
Oh, nice.
So it was 2 magazines for $0.25.
Can't beat that.
So I don't know what you would pay, well, 2 for $0.25, what you would pay for early 2000s cycling magazines, Lance Armstrong, stuff like that. You would pay 12.5 cents a piece.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I ended up, getting a big heavy box of stuff like that, just at 12.5 cents a piece. You can't help but do it. Item specifics completely filled out, only half are filled out, hoping to finish filling them out. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that the item specifics are definitely a key in order to get things sold, and I haven't been filling mine out.
Unfortunately, it's a lot of work for me.
Yeah, definitely is. Reselective on purchasing, yeah. I was until I ran into 2 for $0.25 magazines. I wasn't buying anything, but then Whatnot happened. Oh, yeah. A little dramatic foreshadowing for a little later in the show also. Also being selective on purchase with trying to look down the road once the cycle comes around and sales pick up again. We'll need the inventory done. That is always true. I did go to No, I did not go to the flea market last week, now that I think about it. And there's not one this week because it's the flower show. So I could buy some beautiful flowers this week, should I decide to. So I ended up going. Well, what did you see when you walked in my house today?
A lot of artwork.
A lot of artwork. So I ended up making a purchase of a lot of artwork of Lee DeGroot, who did a lot of covers for Jack and Jill magazines, picked up 26 original paintings, and picked up, I don't know, a couple of hundred sketches, gags that he had sent into various magazines. The downside of it is I don't know about how much of a downside this is. You already know this if you watch our Instagram. But I drove to the Poconos, took Mrs. Paper going, and we went down to the Poconos for a weekend. It was really nice, other than the fact it was monsoon season, which tends to take away from a lot of the outdoor activities.
Yeah.
But it was really beautiful down there. Met up with my source down there, and gonna have a video coming out once Random Neighborhood Kid gets it off my phone. Going to show you the stuff that I bought. It's really neat stuff. I mean,
it was very cool.
It's interesting stuff. And in fact, if you take a look at my Whatnot profile picture, you will see one piece of artwork. C'est moi. So it's kind of a good deal as far as, I'm going to make good money on the deal once I eventually get it listed. But what was the one thing that you said to me when you saw the artwork?
Good luck shipping them.
There you go. Have fun packing it, I think is what you said. And a lot of the stuff is above the, 22 inches or 24, whatever the heck it is. Some of the stuff's oversized, so.
You should use my UPS account.
I was just going to say, I probably will be dropping it off. And Mr. Matt, you have daily pickup, right?
I do now, yeah.
There we go. So
now,
I will be dropping it off.
You get free daily pickup, and I get to pay $40 a week, so.
I like the way this works out.
You were doing.
I did know what I was doing. I did indeed know what I was doing, for once.
Dave's in the house. How's it going?
Hey, Dave. How are you? Trying to see if anything else is going on. About the only buy that I have this week that I'm aware of is a local library book sale. So I'll be heading out to that, and it's tomorrow and Friday and Saturday. And both tomorrow and Friday, I have the day job in the town that it's in.
Oh, perfect.
So one day or the other, I'll definitely be able to stop by on my break
Lucky
slash
you.
lunch.
Lucky you.
Once in a while, things work out for me. Not too often, but once in a while. How about the glitches? You had a glitch this past week. How did you end up solving it?
The big Amazon glitch?
That's not the one I was talking about, but
Okay,
why
well,
don't you tell us what the big
I
Amazon
actually
glitch
remembered
is?
one. I did not remember the one you're going to say, but I remember the Amazon one.
What was the Amazon glitch?
That was where we were gated in many categories and couldn't list in sports cards. We couldn't list in toys, and a lot of toys that we listed previously, like Funko Pops, the same ones were not available to list from. And this was, I think, a day and a half glitch where, luckily, it happened to us later in the afternoon, so most of my employees were leaving shortly anyways. And then by the next morning, and I think they said, maybe you sent it to me, that
and it was
would
all over
be
the
done.
boards.
We'd be done with it, and they'd fix it in a couple days. But then by morning, we were good to go. So that was a little scary thing because I'm like, well, we've been ungated in sports collectibles for years now. Why would we be gated? Because they said you had to like qualify and like, oh, did we do something wrong? So we dodged a bullet there, and we were happy to keep going.
Yeah, that was all over the Amazon boards. A lot of people were having that issue. No, the one I was talking about, you sent me an email this morning. You were having trouble printing international on eBay.
Yes, and well, the weird thing was, so I had 3 internationals. The first 2 I couldn't print, then I emailed you.
Right.
Then the next one could print. So I was kind of in my zone where I'm like, I'll get back to it later. I'll take those 2. I printed the order or the item itself. Yeah. I said I'll print everything else. I don't want to get slowed down. And then when I go to the warehouse, I'll do it again because that third one worked. So those 2 again, like an hour or 2 later, did not work. So I don't know if it's where they're going to.
Oh, it could be something.
But some were working and some weren't working. And I do have a question. I think you shipped something on Monday that I couldn't. It was a DVD with no zip code, and it just had a name, like Aragona or something on it. Do you remember that? Or you don't remember that?
I know one of them I had to look up on Google.
Is that what it was?
Code,
okay, yeah, that was. I forgot to ask you, like, how did you figure that one out?
I had to look it up on Google.
That was a mystery for me. Yeah.
100 plus magazine. Oh, for $20. Well,
Can't argue that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you're gonna make money on that.
Definitely.
At 120 cents a piece, that you're gonna make money on. Definitely. eBay called a broken code and about 30-some drafts that couldn't be retreated. Ouch. Ouch. Now I did have a couple of glitches. Well, there was one glitch. You had me buying supplies for you. Supplies. And every time I clicked on something, it defaulted to PayPal as being the way to pay. And then I had to click on the credit card and pay for it with credit card.
I wonder if that's because I did have money in my PayPal finally. Because that one guy's been buying orders off the website through PayPal. So maybe because I had PayPal money in there?
Yeah, I don't know. But here's the crazy thing. So I defaulted to the credit card, paid, went bought the next item, defaulted to PayPal again. I'm like, we don't want to use PayPal. My international sales were down 70%. Last 2 weeks, I've had 2 international sales get returned to me. Whoa, unable to forward for a reason. From before Christmas.
Because you lose your shipping on that, right? You have to.
Oh.
Who's going to refund the shipping?
Yeah. Ouch. Yeah, international, I've sold almost nothing. Although, I'll save it for the insulting offer. We're almost to that favorite time. The glitch Carl's talking about is when I go to insert a custom template, the button to insert manage pops up on the other side of the screen so I can't click it. Oh, well, that's always fun.
Yeah.
That's always fun. The other glitch was I was having more picture issues. Again, things weren't loading right on the pictures and all that kind of stuff. So it's one of those, again, you just got to go back to the drafts. Luckily, the drafts were working for me, so I dropped out
my
the
one
drafts
employee
and
was
came
telling me
back.
the same thing, but it was like intermittent. Sometimes it was working smoothly, other times it wasn't.
Wow, it's kind of crazy. Crazy. Well, they're doing a lot of changes on the site. They're doing changes with the listing. They're doing a lot of changes, so that's what ends up happening. Never got notified of return or item not received. They just showed up in the mail.
Jeez.
You always wonder on that kind of stuff too, because it happens to us too. It happens on Amazon.
They
It
just ship
happens on eBay.
themselves, not going through eBay?
No, things just get returned from, it's happened
the mail
before
rejects
that,
it, yeah.
mail gets returned to us and we open it up and we're like, we never even heard from the customer. Did they not know that they
Well, there's one guy who
bought
bought
it?
4 DVDs at separate times, and they all got returned to me and just said, like, return to sender. Like, there's no reason or anything. That's it.
I wonder if he wrote it on there?
He hasn't said anything to me, the guy, so I have them all saved for when he,
Yeah, right,
contacts me.
right. When he does contact you, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Jeez.
Over 90 days, yeah. Yep, that's absolutely crazy on that over there. All right, we're going to head on into Insulting Offer of the Week.
Nice.
Now, nobody had come through for me until today.
Oh, good.
I had two offers that were on the cusp when I was out of town. One of those, they're offering $15 on a $25 item free shipping.
Yeah.
But I never bothered to click on it. I do have the eBay app on the phone, but again, I'm on vacation. I'm not overly worried about it. Both of them expired, and I was like, well, I don't know if I would have taken them anyway or not, so no big deal there. So a subscriber reached out to me and said, hey, if you don't have any, I've got one for you. He had an item for $36.99 with free shipping. He had a 5% off sale, so $35.14.
Okay.
He got a $5.99 offer on it. So $6 on a $35 item with free shipping.
Awesome.
I said, now that's pretty darn good. And I said, that's what we're going to use until today.
Oh, jeez.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think mine are insulting.
I had a Route 66 mag. Have you ever had that magazine before?
It does sound familiar, but then again, so does the show and the song. So go ahead.
There you go. That's where I get my kicks. I was asking $32 on it with free shipping. Guy offered $11 on it. So I just declined it. So he was nice enough to come back with a $12 offer.
Ooh, nice.
Guess where he went?
Yeah.
He got back.
But again, like, you're not countering. Are you countered or declined?
No, I just declined. Yeah. I'm not,
so does he
we're
think
so
that,
far
right,
out.
but do these people, they all do it. Do they think that $1 is the difference between you, like, being upset and accepting and not accepting? I mean, come on.
Yeah, $1 is not going to do it.
Some people like to play the game like you're going to come down $1, then they're going to go up $1, and they think you're going to meet, like, you know, at 15, which it ain't going to happen.
Yeah, John, that always confuses me when these things just show up in the mail. And again, unless the buyer just forgets that he does it, or maybe these people are busy and maybe they're moving and stuff like that.
Or they don't pick it up after a while, but then they don't contact you.
Yeah, it's the not contacting part that's a little bit crazy about it. You know, at some point, I mean, then again, you and I have ordered stuff in the past, and we may have missed stuff at some point.
Right.
Then I had a guy offer me $3 on a $14 item.
That's really insulting.
However, he was foreign. So he would be paying the foreign shipping.
Okay? Oh, okay.
Well, he would be paying the foreign shipping, so he'd be paying like $15 shipping. So I think his way of looking at it was. So I did block him anyway.
But even some of those people overseas, the buyers, like, they think shipping's $5 for a thing sometimes. It's like, I can't even ship it halfway across the country for that. It's like crazy to me.
Well, the way I'm looking at it too is, okay, you're offering me $3 plus 15 shipping. By the time I pay my fees on it, I'm not making any money because you got to pay the fees on it and all that kind of stuff. Plus, I'm taking the risk of it getting over there.
Right. Yeah.
You know, because there's obviously greater risk sending it over. So I'm like, nah, you get banned on a $3 offer on that.
Yeah.
And then declining more offers.
Yeah. It's just frustrating. Like, it's so insulting, and I don't know. It's like they're taking over eBay. These bottom feeders that think they're gonna, you know, someone's gonna accept them. It's crazy.
Then I had a guy today make 5 or 6 offers at between 30 to 40% per item. Now I had a couple of pieces of original art that I think is really cool. It's what the guy had done, the original artist had done is, I believe it was for, well, what it was is he had done original art for, you ever see those little, they're not puppets per se, but they're the things that you put on your hand and you can kind of go like this, and they're made out of like some kind of like a plastic kind of deal, like for little kids would have them, like a little hand puppet kind of deal, but it just fits over your hand like a glove, like a mitten.
Okay. Sure, I can picture
One of
that. I don't know
those,
what it is, but I can picture that.
Well, he did those, and he did the original art for them, and it was for some kind of a restaurant giveaway, and they're all occupational. So like one's a nurse, and one's a farmer, and one's a fireman, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So I picked up the original art for that, and I got them listed at $75 a piece because I figured at some point somebody in the occupation is going to want to buy it.
Yeah.
Free shipping, $75 a piece. I think that's fair for original artwork.
Yeah.
The guys offer me $25 a piece on them with free shipping. I'm like, I'm not going to sell one of a kind original art with occupation for $25.
Well, they think they're the only person on the planet that's even interested in it. I think that's what it is. You know.
So he made offers at between 30 and 40% on probably 7 or 8 items. I took one offer. I wanted $50 on it. He offered me $20. But I took it. Do you know why?
Hopefully he'd buy more.
Nope. It'd been listed since 2011.
No.
And it had shipping on it from back in 2011.
Okay.
I said, okay, if it's been 11 years and
Oh, so
nobody
it wasn't
wants
from
to...
that set with the hands, or it was?
No, it was a whole
okay.
other piece, yeah.
Gotcha, all right.
It was a magazine. So he was offering across a whole bunch of different
Yeah,
things. You know, like I had a Fortune, Fortune magazine from the 40s or 50s. Those are 2 to 3 pounds.
Yeah.
Guy lived in Florida. He offered me $20. Thinking to myself, it's going to cost me $15 to ship that, and you're
Yeah.
offering me $20 with my free shipping, and I'm offering like $50 on it.
Right.
So I ended up taking the one item because I said, if it hasn't sold in 11 years, let's get that going.
Right.
But other than that, I, did not take anything off for him. I get to participate in the assaulting offer of the week. $1 offer and a pin with free ship. Told him how much shipping costs would be, and $1 won't make it to the mailbox, much less across the country.
Oh,
Nice.
hold on, I jacked it up. $3.20.
Oh, well, there you go. He's stepping it. He tripled his offer, my friend. Tripled his offer. Why get insulted about an offer when you can put auto decline on? Because then we
Well,
wouldn't
we
have
had nothing to talk
Yeah,
about.
we wouldn't have the
Nothing to talk,
segment.
yes.
We wouldn't have the segment,
Much-
Carl.
yeah, much more fun. I like having the control of banning someone. It gives me power. I feel good about myself.
And actually, one of the reasons why we don't do auto decline would be I ended up taking that $20 offer on the $50 magazine because it had been listed 11 years.
Right.
I probably would have had a $35 auto decline offer on it because in 2012 I
Right.
would not have taken
But now,
$20
right,
on
exactly.
it.
So something from 8 years ago, yeah, I'm certainly going to change my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's kind of the reason why I don't do the auto decline because again I took it this year.
Oh, that's true. Auto block option would be nice.
Yeah, right. Just if I go no, then it automatically brings them right to
Yeah.
my black bidder. That'd be
Yeah.
awesome. Oh, you had a customer issue this last week.
I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Which customer? I have lots of customer issues. Which one are you referring to?
I'm referring to the gentleman who I believe said to you, "Bravo,"
What was this about again?
about your packing on vintage items.
Oh, the guy that, yeah, we sold a, was it $12 or $15 vintage 1952 airplane magazine. And we do what we've done with hundreds of thousands of magazines in the past. Put them in a sleeve, single cardboard protection, and then, what do they call those white envelopes? Usually the white envelopes.
The polymathers?
Yeah, the poly, so they're more durable. And then usually our method is if it's $25-$30 or more, we will double cardboard the magazines just in case. But his was $12 to $14, something like that. And didn't he cut it when he opened it?
Is that what he did?
He cut it. Yeah. I had to read it again. He said it came damaged, but then he said when I was cutting it open, I damaged the magazine because you only had one cardboard. Well, first of all, you can.
Once you cut it on the other side.
You can feel it. Number one, cut it on the other side, or ask before you open. Hey, do you double cardboard this or something? And then he just destroyed me after that, and just everything he buys is double cardboard. I don't know what world he's living in, but I highly doubt that. He doesn't buy from you or I know that much.
Well, I believe he said that one piece of cardboard is not enough, but then said that you saved over your career 100,000 pieces of cardboard. So bravo for you.
Well, all right.
That is, he actually said bravo, which made me laugh. But yeah, I generally just use one piece of cardboard as well, unless it's fragile, or unless it's quite valuable, in which case I will double
absolutely.
cardboard it. But otherwise, again, I've sold over 100,000 items using it that way, and I think I've had maybe 10 items have problems at all the time.
Exactly.
It very, very rarely happens.
It's not even once a month. It's a
No,
couple times
no.
a year, maybe. Yeah.
No, very, very rarely happens. So I don't know who he's buying from, but again,
It's more like the post office folding a magazine in half or something. Like that might happen a couple times a year too. But like again, it's not our fault. But it is what it is.
oh, did you see what's going on with Funko Pop?
Nope.
Consortium, including Disney and eBay, have invested in the company.
Oh wow.
I did read somewhere that eBay is going to be like the official outlet for Funko Pop,
Wow.
and they invested $263 million into Funko Pop.
Wow.
So I guess that company's either the company's not going anywhere, or it'll have lots and lots of glitches. One or the other.
I understand why eBay would want to be a part of Disney and Funko, but why does Disney and Funko want eBay to be.
Well, I guess Funko just needs money, so
Disney
to build
doesn't
them
need
up.
Funko or eBay for that matter.
No, that is very, very true. Well, wait till Funko wants to open up their official Funko Pop store on there, and then they're only allowed 5 items. Because remember,
That's
eBay
true,
did
yeah.
tell you everybody had to start with 5
I
items.
did call. Yeah, did we discuss that already?
We discussed that last week. Yeah,
Crazy.
everybody has to do it.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't think
Guess
so.
what? They're all going on my main site, and they have been.
Couple of other things. So you reached out to the gentleman with adult stuff only,
I
the
did.
adult site,
Yes.
and he said something that was very, very interesting.
And you're going to tell them.
Yes, I am. Apparently, he was saying that he's working on getting some kind of I don't know what the word is, but some kind of a platform so that people can use credit card processors.
Right.
Because a number of people that have been selling in his site had their PayPals permanently closed, blocked and closed and banned and everything
I know that feeling.
because of selling adult material. So that kind of does make me think that the rumors are true about why eBay did get rid of the adult
Sure.
area was because of
Absolutely,
the
yeah.
payment processors.
Yeah.
Because if PayPal's shutting down people selling on there
Right.
for that, so that's kind of
Absolutely,
scary. So I certainly would not jump onto that site at this moment until he gets the
and
credit card processing.
we can
through.
discuss this more Monday, but so if I want to get on there and start selling stuff again,
I would wait till he gets his credit card processing.
well, how would he do it now? They have to contact me, give me their credit card information, then I mail it out. I mean, that's really the way, or email. I'm sure he'll allow that,
Yep,
So.
yep, I guess. But, so anybody out there, definitely do, I'll be putting it up on Instagram tomorrow. Do come on over tomorrow, 4 p.m., over to Whatnot. What a nightmare getting that all set up for me, though.
Oh,
Turns
I like
out-
when you're the guinea pig.
Turns out that I had 2 Whatnot accounts, which I was unaware of. I had one under my Gmail and one under my Yahoo.
Oh,
And I was logged into one on the computer and the other one on the phone. So I changed the name to Papergoy. So do follow me as Papergoy on there. Well, then I go onto the one on the phone and I said, why does this not have the name Papergoy? So I said, well, maybe something didn't update. So I go to change the name to Papergoy and it says, that name is already taken. And I said, what the heck? So then I went onto the computer and changed it to Papergoy 1. Went back onto the phone and changed it to Papergoy, and it accepted it. So and then I had to log out of the one on the computer, log back into the proper one. So what a nightmare that all was.
How did you sign up twice though? It's hard to do. So you got accepted twice, or maybe one you go on as a buyer. Because
You're asking the wrong person, my
well,
friend.
you had this meeting with them. You should have asked these questions anyway.
Well, no, I didn't know I had 2 accounts
Right.
until yesterday.
But so you have an account, you have a username and a password. I do.
I
as
have
well.
2 accounts.
Right. But my point is can you go on and buy with that, or do you need a buying account too, or your Papergoy can buy as well?
My Papergoy and my Papergoy 1 can buy.
Okay, all right. I just hope I don't have that issue because I have 2 emails as well, and I don't need that headache.
No, it was until I finally figured it out. Oh yeah, do hit the like button. Until I figured that out, it really was confusing me. But I would appreciate everybody stopping by if you could. Just give me a little bit of moral support. Do you remember?
I'm gonna try and watch it tomorrow as well. But before you get into do I remember, because I don't remember. But anyways, and you may have or may not asked, or you don't know the answer. But can you have the $1 Million Peddlers,
Yes.
Papergoy, and Mr. Magazine?
I can have all of them.
Oh.
In fact, I may have 17 accounts at this point. I don't really know.
Because I'm saying I like to have I don't know if I want to be called Dirty Magazines. I'd like to have a Mr. Magazine, and maybe do an adult one somehow, and the $1 Million Peddlers with you. So let's say you and me want to do a joint venture and do our stuff, and then you want to do just your stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just curious.
Yeah. No, they say you can have.
Because you may not want to affiliate yourself with some guy peddling adult magazines, and I can do that separately, with a different username. But again, it's a good question for me to ask Monday because I will be selling as well at some point in the near future.
There you go.
Okay. No, I don't remember.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
Do you remember your boy John Taffer from Bar Rescue?
I do.
Do you remember what he called it when they set up the bar and they just kind of let people in?
A soft open.
A soft open, exactly. You do remember.
From a long time ago. I'm
You
shocked.
do
at that
remember.
one. I paid attention. Anything that involves making more money.
You do
I
remember.
embrace solutions.
I was going to say, I don't embrace excuses. I embrace solutions. But that's exactly what tomorrow is going to be for me. I'm going to have a soft open. I have 30 items. I cataloged them all, put them up, comic books. I'm just kind of trying it out, more to see the logistics of it, more to see how the camera works, more to see the interaction. I'm going to try to make it fun, try to keep things going smoothly. It's only 30 items. I'm going to try to do it every Thursday. I will not do it, of course, the following Thursday because I have plans the following Thursday. But after that, I will be doing Whatnot every Thursday at 4 o'clock. So again, this is the soft open. Kind of work our way through it, get the logistics down. Say, oh, the sun isn't right the way this is. I got to move the table the other way.
Right.
Oh, this comic book went a lot better than I thought.
Yeah.
This one didn't. Let me focus on these comics. Oh, here's what I got to do when I list them. I got to do better pictures. I got to do. So that's kind of what it all is about. Hey, geez, when I trip and unplug it and then I lose power, that didn't work too well. Or whatever the case happens to be.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
How long did it take you just the cataloging itself? So you just ran through a long box of comics, pulled out, this will sell, this lot will sell. Before
Well,
you knew
one thing which I did not know, but luckily I did not fall into this problem, and this is very good for you to know.
Okay.
You can take pictures, but pictures have to be taken within the app. Well, maybe you can take them and add them in anyway.
For the preview pictures?
For the preview pictures, yep. So I took the pictures in the app. Once I would hit the ground running, I was grabbing it, typing up. Daredevil 300 is one of the comics.
Yeah.
Daredevil 300, fine condition.
Kind of hate
in
them.
the
So
picture.
slow with the phone. I
Boom.
just hate it. Yeah.
That is a problem. I
Yeah.
wish that they did open it up to computer, but everything has to be done on
Yeah.
the phone. But I was getting the items up in about 30 to 45 seconds when I got into the rhythm
Yeah,
of
yeah.
things. So, it did still take 15, 20 minutes to get 30 items up.
No, it's not bad. I mean, it's not like you're spending
But again,
an hour. Yeah.
it's the first time.
Right.
As time
Yeah.
goes on, it'll be a
And
lot
then
quicker for
eventually
me.
you'll be at 60 or 100. Maybe it takes you an hour to prep it or something, but well worth it to, more you're listing, more selling.
Oh, make sure to check your spelling when you post. Autocorrect messed me up a bunch last night on my first show. Oh, thank you, Dan. Good,
Right.
good to know. Quick question for you, Dan.
What were you selling? Yeah, he was going to ask you, what were you selling? No?
Well, the other thing I was going to ask is, how did you? Because I've seen people who sell comic books and they do it the way that I do it, and they'll say, Archie Comics 274,
Yeah.
and there are other people. Looks like you told us.
Yeah.
There are other people that just put comic number 1, comic number 2. So I'm wondering how in depth you went in your preview. Comics, there we go. Like everybody else, we're all selling comics on there.
I like the comic 1 and 2, because if you got them numbered 1 through 50, can you say comic lot 1? What difference does it make? Then it makes sense, So you're spending less time instead of Archie Comics issue 3, 1965.
Well, the reason why is I'm looking at the back end of it. When they sit there, what happens when you do it your way, comic 1 through whatever, and if you don't do a post-it on it or something, and then you're like, oh, Danny Wasaki won comic lot 1, 7, and 14. Whereas my way would be, he won Daredevil 300 and Archie 274.
But what if you start getting into lots, which we're both going to be doing, and you got 5 or 10 comics? You're not going to say all 5 or 10. It makes more sense to say lot 5, 8 8 bag
Right.
comics.
No, but I'm thinking the back end of it when you have to fulfill the order.
So why can't you put a post-it on each one?
You can.
Oh, okay.
I'm choosing not to do that.
Well, maybe I can help you out. Maybe if I, maybe I
I'm
can be a
choosing
post-it
not to
guy.
do
I
that.
already got my employee helping me on that. Hopefully you can help me. The first one and my employee, but we'll see how it goes.
You could be post-it guy. Nice. But yeah, definitely if you could, come on by tomorrow, 4 o'clock. I'll remind you via Instagram. Do follow me if you could. Well, not like creepy follow me, but do follow me. Although I am a local celebrity, as people know if they've watched the Monday haul video. Should actually have a Monday haul video coming up as well with my trip to the Poconos. When you do a generic listing, the customer forgets what they ordered also. Like me, for example.
Right.
Well, there you go, Dan. You'll get some... You'll be looking at it going, why did I buy an Andy Panda number 14 coverless? That's really odd.
And you're not holding your phone. You have a contraption.
I have a contraption, yes.
So it does free up a hand if you had to, maybe you on a piece of paper write 1 through 30, and as they're doing it, maybe you can put some something down for each one? No, I don't know.
Whatever works for you. What works for me is typing agenda number 300.
All right.
Alrighty, so do follow me tomorrow if you could. Would definitely appreciate it. We're going to head on into our main topic, which is why everybody is here. Changing business plans. One eBay sale for today. Now I'm exhausted. There you go. Of course, they bought your entire store. You forgot to mention that. You've changed business plans any number of times, Mr. Magazine.
Yeah.
In fact, you changed business plans rather recently when we were doing live shows because of eBay ending the adult.
Yes.
You definitely changed your business plan just based off of that.
Sure.
Do you have any advice for people other than like trying to stay in focus? Do you have any advice for people as to why, when, how change business plans? Do you plan your business plan changes in advance or
I try to have a backup plan first and foremost, no matter what. And, thank God I found Amazon, because then that was my backup plan to eBay, and then now eBay is my backup plan to Amazon. But I also have the website, which is growing, which every day we're getting more and more sales on there. So I can't wait to see how that grows in the next year or two. The DVD site, which I'm a self-proclaimed genius with this one because I saw the eBay adult thing, and I've said this before. I knew something was going to happen. So 6 months before that even happened, we ended all the DVDs, which were tens of thousands of them, and I found this other DVD website. We started listing them all from scratch over there, and couldn't be happier. I mean, I get a check from this company every month, and it's like found money. And we're selling, 10, 20, 30, 40 DVDs a day, and obviously I have one lister just listing them every day.
So these people aren't afraid of the free stuff on the internet? It's weird.
No,
Go ahead.
Exactly. No, they like anyone else. They like to hold
Right.
People magazine, or they can hold a Hustler or whatever, but to each his own.
I've heard about that free stuff.
Sure. But anyway, but have a backup plan and get it in place. Get a website going too. That's another backup plan that I had, which the Mr. Magazine really never took off, but it did pay off in a sense of people. Over time, I got a lot of people coming to me selling items, so it's worth it for that alone. Just like my retail store, I stay open to buy. I don't stay open to sell. So that's what works for me. Do what works for you, but definitely come up with something as a backup plan. I think that's the best thing, because I don't want, like I said, I got bills to pay, I got family, I got employees, and I certainly don't want to get kicked off eBay and have nothing as a backup, or vice versa with Amazon.
The reason why we did this topic today is I have been, and I'm making the numbers up because obviously this isn't exactly true, but for 20-ish years, I've been buying 10,000 items a year. And I've been listing 6,000 items a year, give or take. That adds up to about 4,000 extra items every year that are not listed. Now, some of them aren't worth listing individually, et cetera, et cetera. But I would guess, I've said I have 25,000 to 40,000 unlisted items. It's probably more than that.
Absolutely.
Probably more than that if you get right down to brass tacks, which I may have a few of those unlisted as well.
You factor in sports cards that you could potentially sell, comics, photos, little things that a box could have 1,000 in there, and you got that all over your house. So yeah, you could have 100,000 items easily.
I've always been, and we've talked about this in our videos before, I have always been, as you are, the long dime guy. I am greatly considering and believe that I will be transitioning a good portion of my business over to the short nickel. I see Whatnot being a tremendous way to do that. I'm going to be leaving a fair amount of money on the table, and I do understand that. But if I'm able to buy a long at $30 to $50, and even if I end up getting $1 a comic out of it, I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
Historically, I've taken those and said, I can get $4 to $12 a piece on Amazon for these, and started listing them over there. I probably am 30 long boxes behind at this point.
Yeah.
When will I ever catch up? When you get down to it.
When it's just your one-man gang, or whatever you call it.
So I was looking, one-man band, yep. So I was looking at it, and I said, I've got 40,000 items, let's just say 50,000, whatever it is. If I got those listed and they went for $10 a piece, you're talking, almost $500,000 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
But you're talking rest of my life to list those
Right.
all.
Yeah.
Versus say I wholesaled them out through various venues and got $1 a piece. I got $40,000 to $50,000, which I think I would rather have than tripping over boxes.
Buy more artwork. I mean, really, with
Things
that
that I
money,
like,
yeah,
yep.
exactly, yeah, for sure.
So I think what I'm going to be doing is when I went to the Poconos, I sat down and spoke with an individual who I've been purchasing from. He sold me the artwork and that kind of deal. And he does things on Facebook auctions. And I've also, I had Monday off of work because I was coming back from the Poconos. And I didn't know, I always like to take the day after off because you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Car trouble, whatever. I don't want to be leaving Sunday, try to get your car fixed on a Mother's Day. Good luck to you.
Right.
So I had Monday off of work, made it back, no problem. Spoiler alert, I made it back. But when I sat down and was talking with him, he was explaining what he does and how he does it. And he said, yeah, I leave a lot of money on the table.
Sure.
But he was telling me some of the numbers that he was doing and some of the things he was moving. And I said, wow, I would like to get a piece of that.
Yeah.
So Monday, I spent a bunch of the day, and I reached out to Dawn as well about YouTube auctions as well. And I watched a bunch of them, and I saw a bunch of different ways to do YouTube auctions. And I think what I would like to do would be pick one day of the week and do Facebook auctions in a group that I'm part of. I would like to do Whatnot one day a week, and I would like to do YouTube one day a week. And to anybody watching this, I hope you're on this journey with me. And the reason why is because these are all things that I've purchased that I think I can make money off of.
Mm-hmm.
Buying's not a problem for you. Buying's not a problem for me.
No, certainly not.
If I can pass these things along to everybody out there, and instead of making, what do we pay, 5 cents on the dollar?
5 to 10. I mean,
Yeah,
on that bulk stuff, sure.
If I'm paying 5 cents on the dollar and selling it at 10 cents for a dollar, guess what I'm doing at the end of the day?
Doubling your money.
Doubling my money.
Yeah.
The one thing that I do have to remember,
I
however,
got a question whenever you're ready.
well, the one thing I do have to remember is when I'm out buying things, obviously I have to pay a little bit less
Yeah.
because I can't be paying 10 cents on the dollar and selling it for 10 cents on the dollar. Although, maybe I'll pay 10 cents on the dollar, sell it for 5 cents on the dollar, and make
Right.
my money in volume. But go ahead.
So how much stuff are you actually turning down because you don't have that business model right now? Like how often do you have big deals, weekly, monthly, where you say it's just too much for me or whatever, and you don't deal with it? Where now it's available, now I'm going to flip it, I'll take it.
Currently, I'm not turning anything down intentionally. However, let's just say that I was out at a sale and I saw a bunch of stuff that, was on the cusp. I might walk by it. Well,
Right.
now if I have these outlets,
Mm-hmm.
I may end up buying it. Or if it's something or other that's outside of what I'm usually buying, I usually walk by it because, I know that's a really good deal,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I don't do anything with that. Well, now, if I have an outlet, be it Facebook, if I have an outlet via YouTube, if I have an
Yeah.
outlet via Whatnot, I believe that I can purchase things like that if the price is absolutely right.
Are you going to have a different niche per platform?
I definitely do want to see what ends up selling on there, but what I envision is, for lack of a better way to put it, 3 bins on the front porch. And when I sort things through, say, this is perfect for Whatnot, this is perfect for
Right.
YouTube, this is perfect for Facebook, and just put each thing in a bin and then hold the auctions every week. And as things go along, and maybe the people on Facebook would like this thing better, or maybe the people on Whatnot would
Right.
like that better, and then focus on eBay more of the things that I enjoy listing.
Sure.
Be they the foreign magazines,
Yeah,
be
art.
they the artwork, be it
Win magazines.
Win magazines. Like today, I listed an 1870 kids magazine. I enjoy listing that. That's what I want to list. I want to list an 1870s kid magazine.
Right.
I don't necessarily want to list, tons of road and track magazines,
Yeah.
but there's money to be made in the road and track magazines. So that's kind of, I'm really, really excited, honestly, about doing that because I can see,
I have a question.
I can see actually maybe having room for my lawnmower in the garage.
Nice.
Aim high.
Yeah.
Aim high.
And there's always me to flip it too. You know, you never know if it's something that you don't want to, something too big. You know. Anyways, do these platforms take a commission of any cut or anything like that?
YouTube does not, but people pay via PayPal, so you would use the PayPal.
Small potatoes, right?
Facebook same way, and then they 30 cents plus a percentage on whatnot. The guy said 11% what it works out to generally.
Okay.
That's what he said it works out to generally. Do I expect a summer slowdown? I think we're there already.
So I don't know if I'm going to be doing those. I have some ideas in the works other than the whatnot, but until I get to that, these platforms. I lost my train of thought. Go ahead. I'm thinking about it. See, I got too much going on. Right? I'm trying to absorb all this, but yeah, I could have certain employees, like one does YouTube, and giving them a commission for doing it. You know, like instead of like, hey, you're making $15 an hour, you get 10% or something like that, and then they'll give them more incentive because I really don't have the time to do these things and to put them at the certain times that they should be successful. You know, like
right. And that's
no one wants to see it at noon. You know, but it might be easier for me, but I can't do it at
Well, actually, noon's not a terrible time. People do what they call it like the lunch hour blitz or something other like that. Because the funny thing about it is, I've got the hours of the guy who's got to make the donuts, or my hours. I pass myself sometimes, and it's like, I don't know if a 4 a.m. YouTube auction would be particularly successful. But like, I even saw, I'm part of the Primetime's Whatnot group, Whatnot reseller group, and he was talking in there, or not him, but one of the people in there was talking about they wanted to do a 24-hour marathon.
That would be cool.
On Whatnot.
Well, we could do that combined though. Like if you think about it, like where you go to bed early, I can take it over, then you take it over at 2 in the morning, I take it over. But I did remember what I was going to say. Seeing I don't have a PayPal account, it's blocked, and I don't want to use my sister's all the time. They must use those other cash apps and Venmo and all that. So I should really set up for all that stuff. I'm talking about YouTube if I were to do those platforms, right?
I would think.
It's not just PayPal.
Yeah, however people want to pay you.
So
yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I should set all those up.
So definitely am really, really excited, and I think it's a good opportunity for people out there that have difficulty. We don't tend to try to sell to you, and I'm not trying to sell to you, but I think that if you do enjoy ephemera and you do enjoy that, I've got 20 years worth of stock that I bought and stored. When you get right down to it. And some of the stuff I don't enjoy listing. I just simply do not enjoy listing it. It's not that it's bad stuff by any means whatsoever. I just don't enjoy listing it.
Right.
So I would rather move it on and make a couple of bucks out of it. And I've got a good eye. I've been doing it long enough. Mm-hmm. Would definitely love. So I've been really, really excited about this for about the last couple of weeks. Once I really started looking at the Whatnot model, and I said, there are a lot of opportunities out there to sell.
Yeah.
The downside of it, of course, is I may not sleep ever, because
that's it. I don't know where you find the time to even everyone, prime time. Where do you find the time to expand and grow your business, and it leaves you less time to sleep.
Well, when you get down to it, though, I have 96 weeks, 2 days, but who's counting, before I retire, and I would love to set this up, because what I would love to be able to do would be able to, like one of the subscribers was talking to us a little bit in the comments about Brimfield. I would love to drive up to Brimfield, fill the car up, come back, list 2 boxes of the stuff that I like myself, and wholesale the rest of the stuff out to give people good deals for my having gone up there, because not everybody can go to Brimfield, not everybody can go to Madison Bachville, not everybody, I'm at sales that other people can't go to.
Right.
But if I'm there,
But I'm always one you can flip to if you see certain things that I'm into. You can make your money there, and you're paying less for yours the more I'm giving you. So
Yep. Do you have antique vintage postcards? Not anything. I've got tons of linens out in the garage. Those I definitely do have. And I know chromes are supposed to be starting to get a little bit better. I've got chromes as well. I've probably got, I've got thousands of those sitting out in the garage. But again, that's another thing too, is I have to start going through it. I think the first
sorting stuff. So if you got postcards in 12 different areas, get them all together. Now start making your lots for Whatnot or Facebook or wherever you're going to do them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, and another thing, like I've picked up at one of the haul videos that I did. I showed a couple of different videos that I've done. I've shown postcard binders essentially that I've picked up, and I've paid right on them. I know they're worth more than what I paid for them. Do I really want to go through and sort them out? I don't really know postcards very well. Do I want to go through and pick out these various things, or do I want to just wholesale them out and make money? If I pay $20 and I get $40 out of it, what do I care that it's worth $150? Really? Because when am I going to get to list them?
No,
That's
I
what
get
it comes
it.
down
No,
to.
you're right. You know, if you skim through them and you see something like, wow, that could be $200. I don't know.
Yeah, obviously, if I saw
Common.
Yeah, if I saw a real photo of a guy in a Harley Davidson with, he's got one leg and there's a giant tattoo on his arm, a different story, and Marilyn Monroe in the background, yes, I would sell that one separately,
Sure.
obviously. But beyond that, I don't have time. I just don't have time to go through every little thing over there. So definitely would like to know what people think about this over here on there. I would, again, it's a whole different mindset for me because it's going to be hard to.
Well, it's something you got to slowly wean into as far as building up Whatnot. Then you're going to start another platform. Start that slowly, Facebook or YouTube, and you can't hit it all at once.
I'm thinking June. I'm going to start hitting the various. I'm going to do Whatnot, obviously, as well. I've got a big buy that I'm going on in a week and a half, a big flea market that I'm going to in a week and a half. Then I've got one a week and a half after that. Memorial Day weekend, if it's nice out, there's a town that has sales that's about an hour and a half away from here. It's got tons of sales, so I could go to that because it's got like a big field that people set up at. I mean, the buying opportunities it's easy if I'm willing to drive. If I'm willing to drive, it's easy, very, very easy to buy things. Definitely follow me on the journey on the stuff there, because again, it may take me a little while to get out into the garage to get those, because I'm tripping over stuff behind me, which would be the first stuff that I would get listed, obviously, to clear that stuff up. I mean, do you have any other thoughts about it? I mean, again, because it's a different mindset than what you do too.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly would definitely want to get into it, but like I said, it might be something where I do it with my employees and give them a commission, like in some incentive, because I have so much inventory. I prep the stuff and they can just put it on there, but we'd have to find the right times for each platform and so forth, But I do like the fact that at least with Whatnot, you can do the adult stuff, so that opens up a whole floodgate for me that, I could own that area. I mean, I'm sure there's other people doing it, but like, we just have an endless supply of this stuff and it's just overwhelming. Like I said, I signed up for adult stuff only again because I just had too much stuff sitting around. We got to start moving it. And unfortunately, I don't have enough employees, but looking for a record employee, a sports card employee, another adult employee for listing. And if anyone noticed, we do have 20,000 more 45 RPM records in our eBay store. We used InkFrog. I bought out a friend of ours in Pittsburgh, and we pushed everything over in 2 days, all 20,000 45 RPM records are all in order at the warehouse. So far, easy sailing.
Well, and here's the advice I'd like to give anybody out there that wants to get into the short nickel, because again, I've always been a long dime, and the gentleman that I spoke to said you can't think about any individual item. You have to pull back and you have to look at the overall picture. And yes, that item was worth $25 and you sold it for $5. Right. You paid a quarter.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean,
and that's what it comes down to.
It all adds up. Yeah, definitely.
So if at the end of the day I go to a flea market and I spend $100 on stuff and I sell it for $500 in 2 hours worth of work on a venue, I made $400 for 2 hours. I mean, granted, I did go to the flea market and all that kind of stuff, but I do enjoy doing that as well. But I've always wanted to get the $2,000 on it.
Right. Yeah.
So it's tough to wrap my head around, but I'm excited. I'm very, very excited about it. So I'm glad everybody's going to be with me on this journey over here. It should be a lot of fun. Would be interested in following your auctions. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Definitely. A mutual friend of ours is where I got the paintings from. You know where I got them from, and I will be revealing that on the Monday haul video. But I believe that will probably be the Facebook group that I will be using. So I know you're over there as well. Got to figure out what Facebook group you'll be auctioning. Oh, I'll definitely tell you once I get it all squared away. Actually, if Random Neighborhood Kid gets the Monday haul video up, I did an interview with the gentleman I got the paintings from, and he tells you right out in it. So something to look forward to, a little dramatic foreshadowing. You like
Very
that?
good. Yeah,
You
for
like
sure,
that?
for sure.
Alrighty, I know we're going to head on into the, start with the giveaway, draw them in. Yeah, I probably will end up doing that. Not again, this is just a soft open tomorrow and whatnot, just to see. I want to get the logistics down, and then I'm going to hit it full bore in 2 weeks. Again, I can't do it the following week, but 2 weeks from now I'll be hitting it full bore, learning from my mistakes, licking my wounds, and be going from there.
So I'll be probably starting when you do full bore.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, I definitely do appreciate it. It is Paper Goy over there, not Paper Goy 1. He's an impersonator. It's Paper Goy. We're going to head on into the rambling story of the week. I think you have a rambling story this week.
This is about my basement again.
You
Goodness
left us off. It
gracious.
was a cliffhanger. It was like a
So
serial.
it was last Wednesday when it flooded,
Yes, it was.
and then a plumbing company came in, and they said, it's plugged 50, 70 feet. We're going to give you a write-up tomorrow, a quote, to fix it.
Okay.
All right, so, the afternoon goes by, lunch goes by, haven't heard from them. Call them up, finally get a hold of someone. They're like, yeah, sorry, we can't do your job for you. So they charged $800, and they hooked up some.
Sounds like your employees.
Yeah, exactly. They hooked up some contraption. There was a kit, a sub pump kit. So it's going from my basement sub pump up my stairs, in the foyer, down into the garage, and out the garage door to the side of the house.
We're probably going right back into the house.
Well, I'll even get into that as well. Not yet, but it almost did. So they go, we just can't do it. Sorry, you'll have to find someone else. If you don't have anyone else, we'll put you in touch with someone. I said, wow, that's really nice of you. So they put me in touch with someone. Now, mind you, their philosophy was you need to unplug this plug drain, which makes sense.
Yeah.
So this new company, I've dealt with both of these companies over the years because I have the laundromat and we have to, annually snake the drains every year. So I've had them both. So this other company comes to me and says, let's do the same thing. Snaked it, ran the camera in it, looked at everything else in my basement and said, that's not your problem. Your plugged up drain is not your problem.
Oh, wow.
Your sub pump is going into your other sub pump. It needs to be rerouted. We can reroute it, put a new sub pump in, and a new discharge. You'll be good to go.
Have you ever thought about an indoor pool?
Well, we could have that. Just let everything go. Take all the hoses out. Just let it run. So now I'm even more confused. So in the meantime, my wife's calling the first company, yelling at them because they took $800 and left us hanging with a hose up our stairs. And then this other company.
That was not the word I thought you were going to say right
there. And then this other company. So, I finally get quotes from these places, and it's like $5,000 and $7,000 for two entirely different ideas. So I said, you know what? I'm going to call my town.
Can I ask a question for the first company?
Yeah.
Or the second company?
Yeah.
If you have a plugged up drain, don't you want to get that fixed anyway,
Yeah,
regardless?
Yeah, right, but they're saying that's not the issue. That's just your storm drain. But that's what was backing up. Because when I turned the sub pump off, the drain stopped flooding, but the sub pump water rose. So that's not a good thing. That's
No,
gonna be,
that's not a good thing.
So anyways, $4,000 or $5,000 and $7,000. I go, you know what? I'm calling my town to see what they can do. So they've been out here for 2 days, and they finally said, well, it's on your property. Sorry, it's not our issue. You have to contact the plumbing company, but we can take a look and give them some insight, which they already know what to do. So in the meantime, I did call the company that guarantees this. That's they trenched the inside, the outside. They weren't supposed to come until August or July. They're going to come sooner. They said, don't pay anyone anything. We're going to reroute the storm drain, the discharge. We've done this before. We're going to come here and do that sooner, so at least you'll have a solution until we come in and finish the job, which is going to be sooner than later. So, crossing my fingers, things are looking up, and we should have a solution. So in the meantime, yesterday morning, that hose, the way they kinked it out up the stairs and over, started spraying because it popped the hose. It popped the hole because of the pressure. So my employee and I went to Home Depot, got the kit. We redid it much better. It should last 2, 3, 4 weeks at this point instead of 2, 3, 4 days. So I don't know what to say, but we're slowly getting there, and we will have a great basement at some point this summer, I hope. The good news is my vehicle's coming in Friday and not Saturday.
That is very good news.
So it might be the second half of the year of Chuck. The first half was not the year of Chuck, unfortunately. But
it was the year of plumbing companies.
Yeah, it really was. Yeah. Exactly.
Holy mackerel. Jeez.
All right. 4 p.m. for you tomorrow. I
4
will
p.m.,
be
yeah.
sitting in watching, taking notes.
Rambling story of the week.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
You
got that
there
right.
you go.
For sure.
Maybe move the McLaren out of the driveway and people come to the house.
That's a good point. That's my mistake. Well, I couldn't afford the McLaren, but I am getting a Mercedes AMG GT, so that'll keep me happy for at least a couple years until I can afford the McLaren again.
Now, I'm not a car guy. Is that better than my Rogue or not as good as my Rogue?
It's probably better.
Probably,
Your Rogue might
okay.
be newer. Mine's a 2017. I don't want to buy a new one and pay double. So
I don't know what your mine is. My Rogue is red.
oh,
I don't know if that helps anybody out there.
I got red calipers.
The plumbing report.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to tell one, you're going to get a bonus because for you, Vintage Philly, we haven't seen you for a couple of weeks. You can get a bonus rambling story of the week. I am so not a car guy, which you can attest to.
Yeah. Neither is my wife. But go on.
I have been asked before, like, I've bought cars before, obviously. Literally, what I do is, I tend to buy my cars from Hertz now, don't it? And I go over there, and I'm just like, I need a car.
You're right.
And they're
Give me the point A to point B.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They're like, what do you want? I go, I want a reliable automobile.
Right.
That's literally what I want if I had $1 million. I just want a reliable automobile, K-car. So I get whatever. And I've had friends before ask me, what kind of car did you get? And literally what I have said, and I'm not trying to be funny because I don't know cars whatsoever. I'm like, it's red. And they're like, so you got a red? I go, yeah, I got a red. And they're like, what kind of? I don't know. I have no idea. I do know now I have a red Nissan Rogue. So I'm getting a little bit better after like 2 or 3 years.
What's
of
under the
knowing it.
hood?
Oh, it's dual exhaust Hemi 6-banger straight. 4 on the
Nice.
floor.
All right. Good.
But look at that, 4 on the floor.
nice,
Almost
yeah.
sounds like I know what the hell I'm talking about for once. Alrighty, everybody. It's been a really fun show.
It goes by so fast.
It really does.
Seriously.
It really does. Want to thank everybody. I'm going to be yelling at Ramblin' Neighborhood Kid to get the Monday haul video up. Definitely do stop by. Yep, thank you. Be starting on Whatnots tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. Papergoy, not that Papergoy one imposter, Papergoy. And should be a lot of fun. Maybe Mr. Magazine will make a cameo appearance over on the Whatnot.
I'm gonna bring my Post-its.
You'll do it your way, I'll do it my way, darn it. We'll see which one's better.
Yeah.
So do stop by, do give me a little bit of moral support, would definitely appreciate it. Great shows coming up tomorrow as well, video. Saturday the Bolo video, as always.
All right.
And I just want to see how long I can keep this going before you have to just end the show on me.
No.
You got the big hook to pull me off. They got the
My
big hook.
finger's right on this
I
mouse.
know
I'm
it,
ready.
I'm laughing.
I'm ready.
All right, everybody, we will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. on Whatnot with Papergoy.
And Post-its. Take care. Bye-bye.